Our bird walk today starts at the south end of the Towpath Trail. Here we're looking at the old Ohio-Erie Canal. As we head down the trail, the first bird we see is a yellow-bellied sapsucker. These birds pass through Ohio from late March into April. They remain rare and are very locally distributed residents. The sapsucker is a medium-sized woodpecker that has a red forecrown and a black and white head. The chin and throat are red in the males and white in the females. The wings are black spotted with white and have a large white patch. Their rump is white with a pale yellow underpart. Let's listen to this bird now. Farther down the trail, we see a flash of brown and white flitting from bush to bush along the ground. It's a brown thrasher. You can hear its call now. This mockingbird is capable of retaining and reproducing up to 200 different sounds from a diverse variety of subjects. In addition to offering up amazingly accurate reproductions of all types of birds, mockingbirds will even imitate truck backup beeps, sirens, and people's whistles. The largest of these mimics, the brown thrasher, is a rich reddish brown above and white below. The breast is heavily streaked with dark stripes, and there are 2 white wing bars. They have yellow eyes and have long rounded tails. Any guesses on the name of the bird making this call? Sitting on the branch of an elm tree, we see a field sparrow. Sparrows are small, brownish birds that may seem impossible to distinguish from one another to a beginning bird watcher. But by observing the head and breast patterns, habitats, and season of occurrence, sparrow identification can be relatively easy. These common songbirds are ground-feeding seed eaters, and the male and females look basically the same. The next species we run across is a common permanent resident of woodlands and residential areas. It's the tufted titmouse. And here is its call. This bird is sometimes called the sugar bird because it often starts singing in the winter when the sap in the maple trees begin to run. Tufted titmice eat mainly insects in the summer, including caterpillars, beetles, ants, wasps, and stink bugs, as well as spiders and snails. Tufted titmice also eat seeds, nuts, and berries, including acorns and beech nuts. Up ahead, sitting in some leaves, is an eastern towhee. The name towhee comes from the imitation of this bird's call, which sounds very much like it's saying, "Drink your tea." The name was given to this species in 1731 by a naturalist and bird artist, Mark Catesby, who encountered it in the Carolinas. Male eastern towhees have a black hood, back, wings, and tail. The breast and belly are white, and the sides are a reddish brown. The female is similar, except for she is brown where the male is black. Up ahead we see a flash of yellow. It's a yellow rump warbler. Warblers with their brightly colored feathers are the tiny jewels of Ohio's bird families. They are very active, constantly flittering around. Most are yellow with black and white markings. Their plumage varies considerably from spring to fall, juvenile to adult, and male to female. The tail is square, often with white markings. Warblers feed almost entirely on insects gleaned from leaves and twigs with their slender bills. Members of this family abound in any Ohio woodland or bushy area during the spring and fall migration seasons. In the spring, their buzz-like songs, not warbling, fill the air with a delightful chorus. Listen closely, and you can hear it singing now. This next bird is making quite a noise. As we look out over the wetland at the south end of the Richards River Trail, we see blue-winged teal ducks. Like other puddle ducks, this duck typically likes fresh, shallow marshes and rivers, rather than large lakes and bays. They are good divers, but usually feed by dabbing or dipping, rather than submerging. Their diet consists of mostly vegetation. Blue-winged teal are our least hardy waterfowl. They often do not arrive until May and sometimes depart in August. They are very rare in the winter. We are seeing them early at the South Wetland at Canal Park because of our mild spring weather.